Before we get into today's topic at hand, I just want to say that I don't want to hear anything about this, all right? I have something called plaque psoriasis. I had to have my eyebrows shaved. That way I could put the medication directly on the skin without it being in the way. It was the only way to get it on there and to keep the medication on there. So I don't want to hear anything about my eyebrows. It's something I had to do, unfortunately. Now on to today's topic. I kind of took a little bit of a break there, and now I've missed so much that was going on. I was reading about it, and even though I was reading about it, I didn't bother with it. I didn't look into it. I didn't do a video on it or anything. I figured other people were talking about it enough, but after a while I thought, okay, let's talk about it. A lot of people, this is in regards to the Micron situation where they left the consumer market. They're not selling directly to consumers anymore. I don't even see. I don't know. See, here's the thing about Micron. A lot of their chips were being also sold off to other companies that would then make, RAM sticks and whatnot. It wasn't just Crucial. Crucial was just their own brand. That was their brand, but they still sold chips. And they didn't say that they were going to, stop selling their chips to other companies that were making RAM or anything. They just said they were shutting down Crucial. I think that, let's talk real quickly about why I think that they did that, all right? This is a situation of, and I know plenty of you have heard of this expression, striking while the iron is hot. They seen the money. They seen the sheer amount of money being spent by UI, for UI data facilities. They saw the sheer amount of money being bought up, from like stores and whatnot. Like they were buying up all this memory and whatnot, and they saw it and they went, you know what? We're struggling. They're third place, by the way. SK Hynix and Samsung are up there. They're at the top. They have a bigger market majority. This was this company trying to get that cash money, bitch, if you know what I'm saying. And so what ended up happening here, and I know what the board meeting was like, they basically, desperate to make a bunch of money, saw this going on from their ivory towers and went, ooh, we got to get in on this somehow. You know what? We're not making enough money selling to consumers. They actually bitched about this at one point. Consumers looking for deals and not wanting to pay the amount of money that, Crucial and Micron want people to pay. People are always going to be looking for a good deal. When people go on Amazon, when I go on Amazon, do you think I'm just going to buy the most expensive first thing I find? I'm going to shop around and look for a good deal. Of course, to be honest, it might be the Jewish in me. It might be the Jewish part of my family and heritage going on there, I got to have a good deal. So I don't know. I don't know. I know that's kind of a stereotype, but I digress. So, yeah, the meeting had to have been just a simple matter of, look at all this money that we could be making. We're struggling in the consumer market. We're last place. Let's jump on this real quickly and make as much money as possible. A lot of people, including Rich tomorrow, formerly Review Tech USA. Jesus Christ, Rich, why are you doom and gloom? And I've seen a few people act so fucking doom and gloom about this. There's nothing to be doom and gloom about with this stuff. Just stop. And there was a lot of, that's the other thing, conspiracies. Oh my God, the conspiracies. No, this came down to one simple thing. This came down to, we're not making enough money. We're in last place. Hey, this is our shot to make a bunch of cash. Let's just dump the consumer market. Let's go directly to, supplying for these things, and we'll make a mint until the AI bubble bursts. It's gonna fucking burst. It's gonna burst. Here's what gets me. I was looking at the comments section for the video that Rich done on the subject, and he said he despises AI. Dude, you use AI for jokey joke stuff all the freaking time, dude. And yet you hate AI, you despise AI. Come on, dude. No, you don't despise AI. You despise the way AI is being utilized by a lot of corporations and whatnot. You probably, like me, you are disgusted with Microsoft shoehorning, just shoving in as much AI gobbledygook as possible into their operating system. Windows 11 is a catastrophe. It is a god awful mess. It needs to fucking be just no, no, no. But I don't think it's the conspiracy stuff is what's driving me crazy. Stop. It's not as bad off as you think. I still think that after this is said and done, and the AI bubble bursts, we will see some normality return. I can't see them. The conspiracy theory is that when the AI bubble bursts, they're just going to turn these facilities into service, computing as a service, and whatever you have at home won't be all that capable, won't be all that powerful. I call bullshit on that. I don't think that's going to happen. Do I think we're going to be struggling for a while? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be struggling for a while. This was a BS move. Um, Prices will eventually go back down. You have to also remember that one of the reasons prices are so fucking high right now is the simple fact that we're dealing with tariffs, all right? Last I read, sorry about bringing politics into this, but politics are all over the place. But we're going to see a lot of this get undone because the courts are striking down. It's not just the courts, it's the party itself. It's like, because they're panicking about the midterms. They should panic about the midterms. Well, here's what bothers me. Say they undo all the stupid shit that they've done. Then they're going to think, oh, we're in the clear for the next couple of years. We're in the clear. Let's just do all this horrible shit again. And then what happens? What happens? It's going to get undone again. It'll get removed again. But because of the tariff shit that's been going on and the animosity, the BS going on between the US and China, that's why a lot of this stuff is just so expensive. I feel like Trump is screwing things over. He's trying to have the government. There was this thing that I read about the government when it come to the chips and everything that we're supposed to start developing in the U.S. They wanted a part in it. They wanted a piece of the pie. And I'm like, you're the fucking government. You have no business being part of that or having a piece of the pie. I will be so glad when this administration is gone. I want us to move on like bad. I mean, the orange man could kick the bucket tomorrow because of his bad health. And I think we would be better off with with Dipstick, who looks like he has makeup on all the time. I love how South Park's been portraying them, by the way. Anyhow, back on to the subject of the whole thing with Micron. Calm down. Everybody calm down. Just stop. We don't know yet. We haven't. It's a wait and see thing. We really don't know, but I'm fairly certain it'll be okay. Everything will be all right. We'll be fine. Everything will work out. I absolutely am sure of it, that things will get better. Things have to get better, you know. We have already seen memory prices kind of jump, but it's not necessarily because of what Micron is doing. It's because of the AI crap. I'm so sick of it. Do you know the AI boom that's going on right now is the same as the .com boom? Like investors were just throwing money at every little thing that people were coming up with with regards to the internet. And this is kind of a repeat of that. And the bubble for that burst. The AI bubble is going to burst. It will burst. It will burst because it's annoying and obnoxious, and a lot of people don't care about it. I don't care about it. I can't stand what's going on with Windows 11. I've mentioned this before. I've tried Windows 11. I think it's hot garbage. I won't use it. If push comes to shove, I will be moving over to Linux before too long. Microsoft really needs to pull their heads out of their butts. The problem with Microsoft is they think they can force things on people that they want people to use or have or whatever, but that's not how it should work, all right? There's a saying, the customer is always right. And that means the customer is going to pay for what they feel is worth paying for. Otherwise, there's always going to be some kind of option out there. And this AI crap needs to end. It just needs to end, man. Anyhow, that's all I got. Later. Just don't. I know Just stop. Just stop.